Hello, welcome back to the course. In this video, we are going to create an entity class and we are going to map that entity class with the database table. Let's begin. So, if you remember in our previous videos, we have created an employee class. So let me open that class. And we have created this employee class a few lectures back. We can use this class as an entity class. So in order to make this class an entity class, all we need to do is we need to add the JPA annotation. So entity class is a special type of class that represents the database table inside our application. So in order to make this class an entity class, all we need to do is annotate this with the @entity annotation. So let's import this. Okay, we are not able to see the @entity annotation. Let's actually go to the pom.xml. Let's verify whether we have added the JPA dependency or not. Web test, starter, dev tools, Lombok, Java. Okay, we have added the JPA dependency, but for some reasons we are not able to see that dependency inside this. Let's go back to the browser and okay, I have not copied the JPA dependency. Okay, so the JPA dependency, let's copy this. Let's go back to the pom.xml and add it. So let's format this and let's save this. So once it downloads the JPA dependencies, we can go ahead and import that. Let's import the @entity annotation. Still we're not able to see. Let's remove this and let's add the @entity annotation. Yes, now we can see. Okay, so now we have added the @entity annotation. So by adding this annotation, this class represents the database table inside our application. Okay, so but we also need to add a few other dependencies to make this class mapped with the database table. So first we need to specify the table name. So because inside our database we have a different table name, we have to map that as well. So for that we can directly use the table name within the entity itself, like tbl_employee, or we can use a one more annotation, which is the table annotation. Okay, this will provide the table information. In our case, we are using the table name, which is tbl_employee. Let's import this @table annotation as well, which is from the javax.persistence package. So now we have added the two annotations, which is @entity annotation that will represent this class as the database table, and @table annotation provides the table information. And now we need to map these fields with the database table columns. So for that we are going to use one more annotation, which is @column annotation, and we can specify the column names. Name is equal to, in our database we have ID, age, name, email and department. We can map those columns with the field names. In this case it's name. Let's copy this and paste it. Age, which is for the age field, and location, which is for the location field, and email, which is for the email field, and department for the department field. So let's import the @column annotation. Okay, we are almost done, but we have to add one more information, which is the ID information. So if you remember, when we are creating the database table, we have provided the ID as the primary key. Similarly, inside our entity class, we also need to tell our JPA which is the primary key field. So in this case it's ID. Unfortunately, we forgot to create that field, so let's create the private long id. This is mapped to the id column, and we also make this field as the primary key column. So for that we are going to use @id annotation. Let's import that id as well. So we have to add one more piece of information, which is the generated value. If you remember, in our database we have added the auto increment, which means every time when we add a new record, the database will automatically increment the id. Okay, similarly we have to tell our JPA to increment the id field by 1. So for that we are going to use @generated value. This will takes the strategy generated value, or sorry, the generated type, which is auto, which is nothing but we are telling the JPA that you know the database which we are using. Similarly, you can use the strategy to increment the values. Okay, we also have other options like you can see the other options here, which is identity, sequence, table, and other things. Sequence, which is completely for the Oracle database and other stuffs. The identity, which is nothing but incrementing by 1, and the table, which is for other purpose. We don't need to discuss about that now. So instead of specifying these identity, sequence, table, we are just telling to use the auto, because auto, the JPA itself will use the underlying database and it will automatically increment the values for us. So that's the purpose of using the auto. So now we are done with configuring the entity class. So now this entity class, the employee class, completely mapped with the database table which we have created. Okay, so now in the next video we are going to create a repository and we are going to perform the very first database operations, which is read operation. I will see you in the next video.